Okay, this video is based on products. I'm going to show you how to manually add in a product. So you should have had your import file from your suppliers, but obviously there's going to be some products that you're going to have to manually add in yourself. I'm just going to quickly show you how to add in those products. Again, I'm using Chrome for the back end, and I'm using Firefox then for the point of sale. So just remember that from the last video, okay? So basically, you go into your sales module here, and you can go to products. That's going to give us a list of products, okay? On this system at the moment we have 1,564 products. As far as I know, I think they're just are all RTL large products. So again, your filters from the other videos, okay, they're all there. So to create a product, you just literally just click on the create button. We're going to give it a product name. I'll just call it test. I'll do the tile one first, maybe test tile, okay? So it can be sold and it can be purchased. You can leave all them default, okay? The general information then basically is the product type is a consumable. So consumable will be something that you don't stock, okay? So if you're not interested in tracking stock, you can leave it. You're going to have to leave it on consumable. And even if you are tracking stock, there is some products that you will still leave on consumable, because you're going to have some products basically that you don't stock and that you'll never stock, okay? So that if somebody is ordering from a catalogue or something like that, and you know yourself that you're never going to stock it, we can set this up as a consumable item, okay? And I'll show you now in a few minutes basically what we can do with this product, because we know we don't stock it, okay? So before that, I will quickly just go down along here, adding in a flooring product. So the flooring product can be wooden floors, it can be, we also have carpet, and tiles obviously as well, okay? So basically your product type, we're going to start off here to keep it nice and simple. We'll just leave it as consumable and not a stockable product. You also have a service product. So if you're supplying a service, like if you're laying the floors, if you have a service where you lay down the tiles or put down the floors, you can set up a product for service. If you're doing a delivery service, you can put your service in here called product delivery, give it a price and stuff like that. So for now, we'll just go with consumable. Product category, again, I can't really emphasize important enough to get into product categories. Just going forward for reports and stuff, if you have your categories all set up properly, so there's just a handful of standard categories, but you can get into it then. Under basins you can have subcategories and stuff like that, okay? So under test tile, I'll create a category here, one that doesn't exist. So you can just remove the all by highlighting everything, or you can just click here and just go backspace, and you can just start typing in. I'm going to call this test category, okay? And it gives you an option here to create the category. So I can do that straight away, or I can actually create an edit. So if you create an edit, you just have more options, okay? Again, you can leave all this default. So if I go in here to category and I just go test cat, I can click create kit, and that's it. That's the category create. It's as simple as that. So square meters required. Again, you won't see this. Basically, this is a field that I've added in for another company that's manually adding in tiles at the moment. It's just an easier way for us to use the filters like in the other video. So basically, I can run a filter based on this square meters required. So if the product requires square meters, I can run my product filters to only show me products where it requires square meters. And then I have a list of all my flooring products, and I can quickly go down through each one. Again, this is just, I've just added this in because that particular customer requested it, and it's just easier for them to let them know what they've done and what they haven't done, basically, okay? So this one here, it's not in the standard version of Bloom, but look, I can add it in if anybody requires it. So we forget about this field for now. So square meters for a box, obviously you're going to have that information. I'll go 1.43. So watch when I click off this 1.43. So basically what we've done is we set up conversion. So everything is done in square meters, but in Ireland, obviously, these are selling in square yards. So it will convert automatically from square meters to square yards. We don't use this unit of measure here, where we can set up our different units of measure. The reason we don't use it is that there's just so many different types of, there's so many different sizes in the square meters per box that you'd be creating these forever. So what we've done through code, we've done a conversion basically. So you see, because I've clicked off it, it's after automatically converting the square meters to square yards per box. Again, I'll just take that out and I'll go 1.56. As soon as I click off, you see square yards per box. It automatically done that. Okay, so the next thing then, the square meter price. Again, your prices will be in square meters from your suppliers. I'll just say 20. Okay, again, it's going to update this square yard price. What we're doing here is this sales price here. The main sales price is the price per box. Okay, so we're selling per box and we don't split boxes. Okay, so we're selling per box, and the reason we're selling per box is that when you're tracking stock, it's just easier to go to the warehouse, count how many boxes of tiles you have, and put that into your inventory. Okay, so again, we're doing all these conversions here, so we can show the square meters per box on the invoice or on the quotation. We can show the square yards, we can show the square meter price, we can show the square yard price, we can show the box price. So whatever you want is there. So the reason, again, this is only with tiles you'll be doing this, and flooring products. Okay, so basically now I need to put in my square meters cost, and again you see it has updated the box price automatically. So we've done a conversion from the square meter price. So as soon as we put in the square meter price, it updates the box price. Okay, so again, I'll just take that out. I'm going to take it out, and I'm going to take out the square yard. It's gone to 0. Okay, so square meter price, I'll say 30 this time. Now watch the square yard price and watch the sales price, the box price. Okay, so this is 30 this time. So the square yard price is 25.08, and the box price then is 46.80, which is done automatically. So all you need to know from your supplier is your square meters per box, your square meter price, and your square meter cost. It will convert everything into square yards and box prices for you. If that doesn't make sense, you can give me a ring and I'll go through it in more detail for you. But it's straightforward enough. Okay, so again, square meter cost. When I put the square meter cost in here, it's going to put in the box cost. So square meter cost, then I'll say 20. Alright, and the cost should update, and it did. Okay, so that's basically what you need then in terms of pricing. The carpet bit, obviously you won't use that. The internal reference, again, if this product has an internal reference, we should be putting it in there. Barcode it won't have, and the brand we don't use either. Okay, the brand is basically for this particular system is linked up to a website where we're syncing products across, and the website uses brands. So again, and the standard system won't see that. Okay, you can put internal notes and stuff on that particular product. You might find a use for that. Okay, so the next tab then is your sales tab. Okay, so this item is automatically available in the point of sale, so it's automatically available here when I search for test tile. Now it's not going to be there now because I didn't save it. Okay, so and I'll have to refresh the point of sale to see that product. So again, basically the point of sale, you can have categories here. So basically what that would mean is if I go back to my point of sale, you can see here that this is just all products, but I can have boxes up here. I can have buttons here and other big buttons the same size as the products here. So the button could be, let's say underlay for instance. Underlay would be probably, or a common item that you always sell with tiles, like adhesives or whatever you want, that you don't want to be, something that you don't want to be searching for. Delivery would be a prime example. You don't want to be searching for delivery if you're charging for delivery. So you could have a box here, and you could call it admin, or you could call it delivery, whatever you want. You click on delivery and it would show you just that delivery product. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll add it into a category just to show you. Okay, so there's no category set up, so the name is, I'm just going to call it admin. Okay, and then you can have buttons under buttons under buttons, so you can click on you could click on admin, and then under admin, then you could have another button called deliveries. You could have another button called whatever you want. Okay, so you can have multiple buttons under buttons. So we'll just keep it simple for now. Again, you can add a picture to that. I'm just going to pause the video, just grab a quick picture, just to give you an idea. Okay, just one sec. Okay, I've saved down an image. Okay, so I can just click on the edit button and I can just select that image then that I've downloaded. Okay, just an admin image. All right. So basically, what's going to happen is this admin. Oh, sorry, I'm gone wrong. That's the product image. You can add images as well. I should be gone here to my admin. I can click this arrow here to put an image, and there it is there actually on the. So I delete that and I click on edit on the category, and there's admin, and I click save. Alright, so that image will now show up in the point of sale. Okay, I'll just save this quickly, and I'll come back to the rest of the options. I'm going to open up the point of sale. I'm going to refresh it by pressing F5. There's the admin folder, okay, with the test tile in it. Now it didn't show the actual category image, so there is an option in your point of sale, which I'll have to go back to the back end. Under point of sale. I'll be going through all these with you as well in another video, so not to worry. Category pictures. Okay, so I want to save that. Click save. Go back to my point of sale. Press F5 to refresh. As you can see, I now have a button up here at the top. So we can create as many buttons as we want to put your categories into. I click on admin, and there's my test tile. Okay, again, you can contact me if you have any problems, but if you just follow the video, it's straightforward. So where am I now? Yeah, so I want to go back to my sales, and I want to go to my products. I'm going to search for test tile because I saved it. There's this one here. I know the reference number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will go back onto the sales option, available in point of sale, and I put a category, which I've just showed you how to do. Okay, we don't need to wait. Invite, you can give all this standard description for customers. You can put in your own different descriptions and stuff if you want to. Warning when selling this product. So basically what we can do here is we can put a pop-up warning on this that you could use this for if you have an item. If you have an item, basically, if you were selling tiles there, for instance, okay, so a warning message, we can type in here, do you need grout? So basically what's going to happen is when I sell test tile, a warning message is going to pop up to remind the cashier to ask the person, do they need grout? Okay, so that's just a simple example. Again, you can come up with your own warnings and stuff on product. Again, you can also set that up on warnings on customers. So basically, if a customer is selected within the point of sale, you can have a warning popping up, do not give credit, person owes money, etc. So again, you have full control with these warnings. Okay, e-commerce you're not going to be using because this, as I said, this system is set up for a website. You can leave all the rest standard there. Purchasing, basically what that's going to be, we need to add in our vendor. We're going to call it ESP for tiles. The vendor product name. Again, if you remember from the other video what we've done on the Excel file where customers are coming in and taking photographs of your items and going off to Google and searching, I showed you in the Excel file how to change the name. This is the very same thing here. Okay, so the name of the tile that we're selling is going to be called test tile. Now the vendor product name, we can put in the real name here if you want to. Okay, so the vendor product name will be ESP test tile. Okay, and then the vendor product code then will be the code from ESP, their code. So our code is 123456. ESP's code is 12345678 9. So basically what's going to happen is when we're generating a purchase order for test tile, it's going to send a purchase order to ESP, but it's going to put in ESP test tile, not test tile. Okay, so it's going to put in a completely different name than the original name. So when you're selling to the customer will see the name that you made up, not the vendor product name. You can put in the price in here then that you've agreed with ESP for that tile. If you want it, you don't have to. Basically that will come up then on the, if you put the price in here, then it will come up on the purchase order. And then when you're generating a bill in the account side of it for ESP, it should be the same bill that you get from ESP, because you've already agreed a price on it. Okay, so I'll be going through that in another video. So I can save and close that. That's your purchase it. Again, your inventory then, basically what this is where we can set up a lot of other options. Okay, so we can sell by, we'll be using this for the tiles. I'll do another complete video on that, so where we can track the batches of tiles. We can do it by lots, and we can do it by serial number. Okay, so it's by lots is what we're doing for tile. I'm not going to get into it now because it's a longer video. And then again, we can have this button here. It's called made to order. So basically what that means is, if again we don't track or we don't stock this test tile, it's in a catalog, and we know we never will stock it, you can put a made to order on this test tile. And basically all that means is that if from the point of sale or from the back end that you do a sales order, and this test tile is one of the products in that sales order, because we've ticked this made to order, it won't even go off and check stock. It doesn't. Even if you had 200 of these in stock, if this button is ticked, even if there's 200 in stock, it will still go off and create a purchase order for this item, because we've made this item a make to order item. So it's an item that's ordered as we need it, basically. Don't tick this if you stock it, because it will still create the purchase order. So it's very handy for some items. Okay, and you don't need any of these options here. We haven't got into packaging, we don't need that. And by lots, I will do another video for you. Again, the accounting video, if you want to set up your own chart of accounts under your account system, we can have an income account, a special income account for tiles, a special income account for showers, a special income account for different products. Again, with your expenses account, I don't set this up, but if you want it set up, we can set it up. Okay, so by default we're just using the standard chart of accounts. So basically what's coming in, what's going out. We can get into accounting in more detail. So you can have a chat with your accountant if you want to. Your accountant to go down through the chart of accounts. By all means, give me a shout and I'll give the accountant any access he needs to that side of it. But if you're going down this route of setting up income accounts on each product, there's going to be a lot of work in it, to be honest. It's not something that anybody has done so far, but the option is there for you. Okay, so again, these options here, this you're probably not going to see this option on your own system if you're going through this video, but if I wanted to sell this test tile on my website, I just literally click that, boom, and it's published straight to the website. And your stocks and everything are all tracked the same. Your product moves is like your what's coming in and what's going out. Your sold, it'll tell you how many items was sold of that item, many you purchased, and your lots and your serial numbers will show you the lots and serial number on the batches, as the tiles call them, on this particular product. Okay, so that's more or less everything you need to know about manually adding in a product. The custom tab, we can create other tabs on. Again, it's related to the website. So basically, on the website, you have a description of the product. These are called tabs. See, these are tabs. So on the website, on the bottom of the product, we'd have a custom tab. Description will already be there, but we could have another tab called sizes or whatever you want, and include your weight and stuff like that. Again, you're not going to see that on most of the other systems. Okay, so that's more or less it for adding in a product. If there's anything you need to know, I know the video has gone on a bit long, but it's important that everybody knows exactly what we're doing with this square meters, and what we're doing with the sales price is the box price. Okay, so again, sorry, I never said it about your taxes. We can have different taxes as well for your different products. So again, when we're setting up your system, we can talk about some products might be 0, some might be 9% or whatever, 13.5 if it's a service. So again, there's no need to get into any great detail in setting up the taxes. That would be something that we would be setting up for you, all your taxes, if you let us know what taxes you are. So if you have multiple taxes, you just have a drop down here and it'll say 13.5 and you can select it. Units of measure, we don't have to worry about that for now. Okay, so that's more or less it. Any questions, you can contact us on info@rdsepodsolutions.ie.